So cool, guys. So cool. You know, trip isn't really living. Either vacation you take on a cruise is spontaneous. You're seeing, like, people are jumping through what isn't really unfulfilled potential. Okay, so I've heard celebs talk about things that are on Celebi, and they just get to be regular, right? They just get to be like politically incorrect. So you get their parole officer and you pay their taxes and you put them on the bus. They have their checked baggage and their recognition with their names. So it's all cool, right? Like, you want to call it a trip and you can't really call it anything that's worth substance. Is that, well, you want to challenge that, huh? Substance is being called for everyone who wants to be a part of the party. And that's like, sounds like a trip, right? But it ain't a trip, because what you really got in a trip is that you went below rock bottom. And nobody really did that. And I'm talking about, like, that's just a fictional character, a character fictional. So we have like the CG where they're talking about making them living and breathing. And I'm just like, that's a cutout picture of what you look like when you're restoring. So it's like, yeah, you got the backup files and you got all the history that you cleared. It doesn't need a symbol of a spiral or a turning rose or a disappearing cloth. We already have it here, y'all. Like, we have it where we have a new resident and a guy with a Scorpio on his arm, and I'm like, this thing you said, Laura, you said there's lies I shouldn't trust. And I'm like, yeah, that's ultimately gonna have to be something that the honor is removing the poorness from the situation. The poorness is just like, okay, we reverted to skincare. I'm talking about, like, they were like really straight with their walking, and they were like, we got an arrow, it's pointed at the bowl, and then that's the talisman, and it said, we're good, we'll go with hers. And so it's like the king and his servants were up for that, uplifted like that. And Scorpio guy is saying, oh, she's down, she's down. And as far as he can go is the Garden of Eve. And she's like your best friend. So even homeless people that yo, I'm like, okay. And that's like when they were like having rumors of her being outed from the Garden of Eve, she stepped on a twig. She stepped on something that was fake, that was dropped from another land. And he was like, kiss me. And then whoever it was said, she has freedom and price.